3D boxing here with, I can't call you a prospect anymore because you're a title holder now. A WBA Continental Bantamweight champion, Ramon Cardenas. I want to thank you for bringing that belt back to Texas, bringing it back to San Antonio. You scored a sensational third-round knockout. It was 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
In Florida over veteran Marvin Solano. I got to watch the fight. Tell me about your performance. I thought it was the best performance of your career that I've seen so far. How would you rate your performance, and what did you think of it?
It's like anything, you know, they always say the best people kind of bring the best out of you. I feel like for me that night, that's what it was. This guy was supposed to be my toughest opponent so far, and on paper and everything was supposed to be my toughest opponent. So I felt like I needed to show, like, yo, who I am. It's like I told you last interview, man, like, when you get to that level, you have to either perform to that level, and that's what it is. So I feel like I performed to that level and a little bit better.
I wanted to ask you about that. You know, when you don't have a spectacular knockout ratio, people question your power. Do you think you've answered those questions? Do you think people will never question your power again after that display you put on 2 weeks ago?
It's like I said, when I get down to 118, that's when my power is going to show more. I was fighting at a weight that I was basically like, was fighting the amateurs, you know, so I still hit hard at that weight, but it wasn't the same.
I wanted to ask you about that because you've won belts at 2 weight classes. At least as of last month, you were ranked, I think this month too, right? You were ranked in the top 15 in 2 different weight classes by the WBA. Is it going to be 118? Is that the weight class that you're going to pursue?
Right now, actually I got ranked in the WBO now.
You're in WBO?
Yeah, so I'm in the WBO at 14 in the WBO, at 122 and 118. I'm at number 8 in the WBA at 118.
Is there, so WBO, is there one champion at 118 that you're gunning for, like, or is it just whoever?
Honestly, at this point, it's Manny Rodriguez and Gary Russell fought for the WBA belt. The interim, but not the interim, the regular belt. So honestly, I'm kind of hoping I'm gunning for the winner of them two, and then go to the Inoue. You know, like I told you last interview, Inoue, ultimately he's the champion. He's a real champion. So that's the guy I want to eventually go for.
Let me ask you about that. Rodriguez and Russell, Gary Antonio Russell, ended controversially, not controversially, the headbutt 14, 15 seconds into the fight. In a rematch, who wins that fight?
I really couldn't tell you because both of them are really good, and I have not seen much of either one. To be honest, I never really paid attention to that weight class because that was a weight class that I wasn't in. And now that I'm in that weight class, I kind of have to pay attention to them. So, but I still to this day haven't seen really much tape. I know that they're both good. Manny Rodriguez is the ex-world champion, and Gary Russell, I was in the amateurs, kind of with him. He was a little bit like an upperclassman than me, so I didn't really see much of them. But I know they're both. I know they're both good.
You showed another wrinkle in your style. You set your punches up and really set down your punches. How would you describe your style in the ring? And can we expect a little bit different Ramon Cardenas at 118 than we saw at 122?
I always tell people, man, you gotta, like, I've adapted to the style, like, of fight. Like, whatever the fighter presents, I adapt to that. I've had fights here at the Shrine, you know, where the guy's naturally bigger than me, but I'm able to kind of control him. I've had fights where I fought at 134 before. A lot of people don't know that. And the guy was way huge, bigger than me, but I was able to still, I felt physically stronger than the guy. So I feel like, again, anybody at 118, man, if I'm able to catch them solid like I did my last fight, I feel like I have a chance to kind of hurt everybody or anybody really. So
that's what you fought here in the Shrine probably about 3 years ago or so, right? Yeah. I forgot about that. When can we expect to see you back in San Antonio? We've seen you a lot in Florida and other plaplaces. I know your fans here. You know, the fight community here is great. When can we see you in San Antonio again?
It's hard to answer that, man, because right now, I think the level of my career so far now, it's not so much fighting on small cards anymore. My last fight was like the last card where you can say like, yo, this is gonna be the last card that you're gonna fight in. That's a local kind of card. I think now we're heading to bigger and better things. Like I said, you know, the world title ultimately is not too far away no more. You know, I remember it being fights away. Now it's like I'm already in the top 10, top 15 in the world. So now it's like.
I want to ask you that. Being in the top 10, it gets political, but you can get that call at any moment. Someone falls out, someone needs an opponent, anywhere in the top 10, that call can come at any moment. What's it like being that close to a lifelong dream of having a world title fight and being in that situation?
It's hard to explain, man, because it was something that I knew I worked for. It's something that I've worked for, and I knew that eventually was coming. You know, I'm not gonna tell you that it was something that I knew was, you know, like something like, man, this is not gonna happen. No, it was something that I knew was gonna happen through persistence. I've always worked. I've always been working, and even if it's been on the sidelines of my peers that I was in the amateur with. I knew that, I know I'm gonna get there. You know, my uncle once told me that there's two ways you can go by. There's a way that you have all the attention, and there's one way that you don't have the attention, but eventually you're gonna meet here. And I feel like I'm already getting to that level where, I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? It might not be where people know me, and I'm fine with that. Ultimately, they're gonna know me when I win that world title. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna know you. You know, like I said, maybe you're one fight away from fighting for a world title. That track can come at any time.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I talked to you a couple of months ago. You said you could make 118. You make it easy. I was like, oh, you're a real big 118 fighter, but you made it. But you feel good at the weight. That's not a problem.
Yeah, it's crazy because actually I was at 118 the night before the weigh-ins. You know what I'm saying? I was able to drink a little bit before the weigh-ins. So I did the diet properly. I followed a good straight diet, and I was able to make it, fairly easy.
Because looking at you right now, you look like a featherweight. You said, how much did you add? 126. 126 pounder is what I would guess.
Yeah,
you're making 118. You carry power there. You're physically strong there. You were the bigger man in the ring. It appeared, from watching on TV. Is that an advantage that you can use? That you're the bigger, stronger man in the ring?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this guy that I fought, if you really pay attention, look up the guy. He had just beat a guy who fought for a world title. He was a Latino champion. He was a WBC Latino champion. Ranked in the WBC at 118, 115, by there. So, again, me fighting him made me think like, again, this guy's supposed to be my hardest opponent, and I made him look like...
Around 3 rounds? 3 rounds?
Yeah, 3rd round. The beginning, knocked him down in the first 7 seconds of the first round. The 3rd round, sorry, So, again, me doing that fight solidified, like, I'm here. Like, I'm here, and I'm here to show, like, who I am.
It certainly was a statement. And do you know when you'll be back in the ring? Any plans yet?
No, right now, I mean, again, I could tell you one more time before the year ends out, whether it be a world title eliminator or maybe the world title, who knows. I know my management team is working on something big. They told me they're working on something big for me. So, again, I mean, I could really fight anybody at the top 10 in the world.
2022 is the year, world title shot.
Yeah,
2022.
2022 is the year I win a world title. No doubt about it. I know within myself, like, I'm here. People know I'm here. You know what I'm saying? 118, the division knows that I'm here. Even 118, 122, either or. They know that I can't avoid this kid for much longer. And again, I feel ready for the world title. My last camp was nice, and I have the right people around me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really needed.
You've certainly come a long way quickly. You're knocking on a shot at a world title. Probably
with no promoter. You know what I'm saying? That's all I lack, a promoter. And I've told that to countless of people. I didn't sign with Golden Boy. I didn't sign with Top Rank. I didn't sign with PBC, Turning Pro. I basically did it on my own. Me and my father went to Mexico. We fought in Mexico. We fought wherever we got the chance. We fought here in the Shrine. We fought wherever we got the chance. And now to be, again, in that direction of winning a world title, the best. It's the best Cinderella story, you can say. You know what I'm saying?
It is a great story, and I'm asking everybody, Ramon Cardenas, Dynamita, I'm asking everybody these 2 questions. Caleb Plant Canelo is official for November. Who do you got? Caleb? Canelo?
No.
He's just the best fighter in the world right now, right?
The thing about Canelo is Caleb Plant is really good. I've met him twice, walking around, I met him. I feel like it's too small. The competition that he's fought at has been, again, when you win a world title, you're not fighting, I'm not going to say mediocre fighters, because anybody at that level is good. But he hasn't been fighting opposition like Canelo.
He's never been in the ring with anyone like Canelo.
Yeah, he's been fighting the best in the world, from England to Mexico to wherever, he's been fighting the best.
And he's been doing it since he's like 20 years old, which is the craziest part. Now, the other fight, it's not official yet, but it will be next week. Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. Who do you got?
I know Sean. me and him are buddy. So I might be a little, you can say I'll be biased. The thing about Sean is he can work.
I'm taking Porter too. You going with Porter?
Yeah, I'm going with Porter because he can work.
I'm not alone in that pick.
Yeah,
Someone else taking Porter.
Sean can work. He's not gonna lay down. Terrence is really good. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him, but I'm leaning towards Sean because they work hard, man. They work hard. Sean listens to the game plan. If his dad tells him, yo, do this, even though Sean's getting punched in the face, Sean is still doing what he's supposed to do. So I'm leaning towards Sean to win.
As am I. Ramon Cardenas, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
RJ Cardenas 6 on Instagram, RJ Cardenas 6 also on Twitter, and Ramon Cardenas on Facebook. And make sure you follow 3D Boxing.
God bless you.